a lot of these people come. Is bank financing available easily as well? Because when you go to buy a car, I mean, bank financing is obviously very very accessible. What happens in the
S-
plane space?
See, unfortunately, after Jet Airways and Go Air fiasco,
Right.
a lot of bankers have actually, I would say they have put aviation into a gray zone.
Mm,
But if you want to buy a plane, I think the best financer is your own banker because
mm,
they know your history in and out.
mm,
So nobody trusts you more than your banker. They would know your credit history very well. So they are the best people to go.
right.
But there are bankers, there are banks abroad who does your financing. But if at all you want to do from your offshore company, etc., so you want to keep an aircraft in foreign, not to
Right.
get it in India.
Right.
So it all depends which plane, which kind of financial model you want to opt for.
Right. Right.
So I think the best thing is your own banker.
Yeah. So tell me, like, also, and I'm very curious again from the perspective of someone who intends to own an aircraft. One is obviously the cost of acquisition of the aircraft. Second is cost of maintenance.
True.
Third is cost of let's say crew and other stuff. And then of course there is the landing fees and
Mhm.
all the the basically other things that go along with it.
Right.
So what kind of, so let's say again we take this case where there's 80 crores being put down on the aircraft. What would be some of the other costs involved if this person is using it for their own use and not using the the NSOP method?
Monthly, you have to spend about 25 to 30 lakh rupees. It includes your pilot costs, your maintenance, your insurance, your salary, everything. It's like a
Yeah,
DOC,
yeah,
right? It's like the overall cost, sorry. And
right,
whenever you're flying this aircraft, so
right.
we sell this aircraft for about 3.75 lakh rupees an hour of
Okay,
flying.
okay,
This is the market cost. But
right,
when you are flying yourself, you're
right.
only paying DOC,
Mm,
right? So, and all the other
mm,
costs like parking cost at, let's say, example, you're going to Bombay. So that's on actuals, which was, and fuel is on actuals.
of course,
Your handling at airports is on actual. Your crew boarding lodging is on actual. So that is
right,
variable cost.
right, right.
But your DOC on this aircraft will be close to about 2.5 to 2.75 lakh rupees. So that's what you're going to spend every time you're flying
Got
this
it.
aircraft.
Got it. And so for a lot of people, that makes a lot of sense. Like
Hmm.
you said, some of these are 8-seaters,
Right.
and if they've got like, the entire crew, I mean, like the office core team that has to kind of travel, for an
Right.
offsite or a meeting, it would
Right.
make a lot of sense for them to actually look at an option of the charter. It's a no-brainer from that
Yeah, yeah.
perspective.
I mean, so I tell you one thing. There's this, corporate house who went ahead and they bought two legacies. Okay, this legacy can fly. It's a 13-seater aircraft. They bought
Right.
two legacies.
Right.
And I got a shock of my life because initially, before buying his own plane, he flew with us twice. And then once he told me that, I'll buy my own plane, stuff like that.
Right.
I was like not very sure that he had just started flying, do
Right.
teen bar charter ki, how can
Right.
he buy?
Right.
And frankly speaking, I underestimated him, right? And then he went ahead and he bought two aircraft in private
Mm,
category,
mm,
right? And his planes are both 13-seater. You can fly from here to Middle East, your Southeast peacefully,
right.
right? Even you
Right.
can go to Europe, early part of Europe,
Right.
right? And with one shot, you can even go to London also with one fuel stop,
Got it.
right? So if you look at people who are buying the aircraft and it's very difficult to define actually
Mm,
that what kind of somebody who has just flown a 7-seater plane for two times and buying a 13-seater plane because he did not look at his flying today, he looked at the flying that will happen 5 years down the
future.
line,
Sure. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So he thought, now I've expanded in India big time. I'm going to Middle East. He's an infra guy. Now I'll go to Europe and other part of the world. I need a plane which can take me to all those places, non-stop or maybe with one stop.
Yeah.
So that's what. So it all depends not on today's flying,
Right.
but where you want to see your flying going 5 years,
Right.
10 years down the
I'm
line.
sure you love this particular clip. If you want to watch the full episode, click on the link below and watch the whole episode.